The club was started in the late 50s, we think, by police and firemen from Belleville who moved out of a basement and rented a garage down by the fairgrounds. They were at the fairgrounds until 1980 and then moved to North Illinois, and we've been at this location for about 21 years. So we're probably the oldest private weightlifting club in Illinois. The club is a key club. It's a throwback. Actually, it's a garage. Gyms like this are called garage clubs that originated in California probably in the early 60s, a lot in Ohio at the same time. They're key clubs where they're not open to the public, it's private. People are referred by other members, and it's people who are serious about lifting. It's not a fitness facility, it's not commercial. We don't want co-ed. We're very much just interested in people who want to get stronger.
This gym, this club, really has a storied history. There used to be a lot more Olympic lifters here. We actually had two of our lifters go to the Olympics in the 70s and the 80s. Haven't really had any Olympic lifters since then, but now it's pretty much mostly power lifters. We have one guy, Kevin, who trains for strongmen and is doing well at that, but pretty much everybody's powerlifting here, doing the squat, bench, deadlift.
I'm not a power lifter. I've belonged to this club since 1968 when I was in high school. My friend Greg, he brought me down here, and here he was a lot smaller than I was, and he gets on this bench press, you know, and here he's benching 200 pounds, and I thought I probably could too, and at the time I couldn't. I mean, he probably weighed 30 pounds less than me, and he could bench 40 pounds more than me, so it made me have an interest, you know, to try to at least catch up with him, you know, and one thing led to another, and I've been here for 40 years now, you know.
I used to do Olympic lifting, and I guess I kind of in a way got too old for that. I decided like back in 1991 to start powerlifting.
I started with the Belleville Weightlifting Club back in 1973. A guy by the name of Walt Reisner brought me in. I've been with the organization now since '73, which makes a lot of years.
I have been lifting about 4.5 years. I got into lifting because of other sports. Actually, one of my friend's dads worked out at the weightlifting club, so she hooked me up with him, and now I'm training there.
I've been powerlifting probably for about 3 years, and my friend Sean Bales actually got me into it, and he's friends with Brady Stewart.
I've been here about 3 years. It was after the St. Louis Fitness Festival in 2004, so it was probably closer to 4 years. I asked Dana after a contest if, I asked him where his club was and if I could join. And he said, sure, come on up.
Well, I'm currently the president and CEO of the club. I've been training at the club since 1979. This is the third location that I've been at. My first contest was in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania at the Ambridge VFW in May of 1976. So I've been powerlifting for 32 years, and I've been to approximately 225 contests in that time.
I didn't start out powerlifting. I actually started out just trying to get in shape in bodybuilding, and I've done a little powerlifting along the way.
Probably about 12 years. I got into powerlifting in my late 30s compared to most people. What made me get into it was I used to do more cardio type of workouts, used to run a lot, did triathlons, always strength trained to help myself in those. Started training with a good friend of mine's son to help him out, get him stronger for sports in high school. And then we started coming back up here. I came out, worked out here when I was in high school, got away from it, then came back so we could improve Gabe's lifts, and just started getting into powerlifting then.
Look in the book. See that lift down.
Oldest existing member of the club.
Otherwise known as Mr. Sunshine.
Right, tell me that story about the time you stuck your finger up to your ass just to see if everything was okay.
Alias Cafferino, man.
Tell them why you have to wear underwear in bed though.
Well, that was only after the colonoscopy.
We have probably some of the most beautiful women in the world here at our gym, but they're all on paper.
All the girls on the walls.
I don't know exactly when that started. We've always had the, the girl pictures on the walls and stuff. There's, I think, just one guy that comes in and does it.
Big Bud is responsible for those. That's all I can say. Bud started hanging pictures a couple of years ago, and every once in a while some new pictures show up.
But we have Bud. Bud's like an old biker who must get like 10 magazines a month that are everything from women's fitness to obviously shopper magazines, and he's pretty much done the collage himself with the wallpaper.
Bud does all of our interior decorating, and he does a damn good job of it.
I always tell people that there's no other gym that you can go to where you're going to see that many good-looking women. I mean, it's plain and simple. And especially that many hot-looking women.
I guess it's kind of nice because we don't have a female population in there, but it doesn't really detract or help my training, I don't think. If they're on the walls, If they're not, it doesn't really matter to me.
I tend to get a lot of people making fun of me sometimes because I'll go over there and I'll just kind of stare at them sometimes for a big lift and kind of, I don't know, it feels like it pumps your adrenaline up, so it kind of helps out sometimes.
With a diggity day.
Damn, them new guys paid already?
Hit you like a tank.
That's some good members there.
They're just part of the lore of the club. It's part of that personality. It is.
They're hot.
The ones from Sports Illustrated and the Playboys are fine with me.
I guess it's just another way of not looking at brick and having wallpaper. I don't know.
It's part of the character. But again, it's a guy's, I'm not going to say it's just a guys only club, but it's a guys club. But I've even had my daughters, and again, I have 4 daughters, and 3 of the 4 have come up here to train. And they would rather come up here, even with these pictures on the wall, than going to another club, a spick and span club, where they feel they will get gawked at, and they just want to come there and train. Here, they can come up here and train, despite what you see on the wall and the cobwebs hanging. And they feel more comfortable because they can get into it.